Hi, y'all. How you doing?
Wow.
We are back. The Kakpomos are back, and I'm feeling official. Okay? Alright. Today we're gonna continue with the LIB series, continuing with the love. We started the love session last episode and ended spending the whole time about love languages. Check that out. This one, we'll talk a little bit about a few things, starting with intimacy. Okay.
We're going to talk about sex.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Or as some of y'all might call it coitus.
We're going to talk about relations.
Whatever y'all call it. Yeah, that's what they call it.
We're going to talk about you, though.
That's what they call in the Bible, relations, right?
We're going to talk about he laid and she laid with him.
And she laid with him and they have a child. Anywho, baby making, whatever you want to call it, that's what we're going to call it about. The first thing I think that is important that we say, hey, let's talk about this is how often do you expect intimacy, right?
Every single day.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm gonna keep it real this episode.
have a ball. Because a lot of time both parties come in expecting.
They come in at different levels.
Different levels of expectation, right? One may expect, hey, every like you day. Heard over there every single day, and the other was like, you give me once a month and I'm good. And a lot of times you end up finding a common ground. But that common ground is often, in my opinion, and you can correct me if you have a difference in opinion, my love, is that common ground is usually found organically, but with some activeness or some active components, right? Some talking about it, some X, Y, and Z, things like that. What that means is the person who wants this intimacy every single day, my goodness, will end up being okay with not getting it every single day. And the person who is okay just getting it once a quarter, it will be like, okay, maybe I can, if you really hit it, okay, if you doing your thing right, I can get in the mood, do my thing, maybe once a week or like twice a week or whatever. These are just examples, but you get the point. So those are things to talk about, because expectations, you go in with expectations. Most people do, even when they say, oh, I have no expectations. That a lie. Okay? So don't lie to yourself, and don't lie to your new partner and potential life mate. Okay? Talk it out, figure it out, find a common ground if it makes sense for you. If not, don't lie to yourself about it. If you must have it every day and then cannot provide that, be truthful and say goodbye. It's that simple. Have you anything to add, Mr.
I got plenty to add.
Okay, go on and add it. Go on and add it.
First and foremost, they can hear me.
No, they cannot.
They can.
Oh my goodness.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
1 second. All right. Okay. I'm here.
So the other next thing is
Hold up.
Okay, then go on and talk, brother.
How y'all doing?
Oh my God! Don't call me with a deep voice.
It's a pleasure to be here with y'all. First and foremost, all right, let's break this down. Sex, stop it, is important. It's extremely important. It's super important for all parties involved.
Agreed.
Okay. Thank you.
Agreed.
I think, honestly, I do believe this though, right? Let me get real with y'all. I think going into it, and I know we're talking about intimacy. Intimacy isn't just sex, right? Mm-hmm. Let me be very clear. I'm not that physical. I'm not that ignorant. But as you know, and as you progress in a relationship and everything like that. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get back into this thing. talking about intercourse, sex, coitus, lying together, all the other things that make physical intimacy great. Now, as I said, there is a important piece of, I would even say maybe the last episode, all the love language pieces, in my opinion, lead into the physical intimacy piece, right? I think if you do an over and abundant job in that space, then the physical intimacy probably comes more frequently, if not more naturally. Now, I do believe, as I was alluding to, you do need to have that conversation, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning. And I mean, yeah, part of it is a joke, because I know, and this is just biology 101, right? As men, we just have a higher sex drive, higher sex tendency, right? It just is what it is. Not every man, obviously. I know there's some exceptions out there. And I know there are some women who have amazing and wonderful sex drive. Shouts out to you. Whoever you are making happy. But I think you have to understand and be real and be like, yo, and this is an important part of the relationship. And what I'll say as well, and I think this has to come from both sides, right? You're choosing to spend your life physically with one person, right? And that has to be a real conversation that you have in terms of, I'm not having sex with anybody else, okay? So, as Senna said in the beginning, you have to come to some type of common ground in terms of, yo, we gotta have sex, right? You know, whatever, you know, and I know some people were raised very religious, very, you know, hey, you know, sex is this taboo, yes, kind of funny thing. Hi, Nasiah says hi to you all. But you have to, you know, I feel the purest that you should be, the most vulnerable that you should be in terms of person you should not feel ashamed to be naked with is your person. You know, if they're your person, then you should feel like, hey, I can let it hang loose. And fellas, you know what I mean by let it hang loose. No matter if, you know, you out here, if you out here slinging string, or you know, out here playing with fuzz. You gotta, you know, you have to have that. So, excuse me. That's really what I would say to question number one, honestly. Just having that space and that place to say, look, y'all, this is how I feel about it. This is what's important to me. And even, you know, it's funny, something Senna asked me, because we real on this podcast. He's like, ooh, what turns you on? You know what I'm saying? Things like this. And that's an important question to ask. You know, what turns you on in the bedroom? You know what I'm saying? What turns you on, you know, if you're doing foreplay, because you should do foreplay. Don't be that person. And, you know, really be able to say, hey, this is what it is. This is what I like. This is what's popping. And maybe even had that conversation. And I mean this for, you know, both of y'all. You know, how long you expect it to be? Okay. Because there are some people who want nonstop all day till the cows come home, 3 times from Monday.
Like that old school R&B type of sex where it's like, is it? When I made love to you, like you want me.
Shouts out to Boys to Men.
All these old songs where they're making love till forever comes and goes. Yeah. Them people back in the days were singing about love. Yeah. Good. They were singing about good. I miss the old school love songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll say to question one. Honestly, purposefully, without a doubt.
Without a shadow of a doubt, baby. Okay. So yeah, talk about it, y'all. Don't be surprised and be like, oh no, I thought we're gonna have more sex. Or like, oh no.
Oh, and don't make the rookie,
why you want me to have sex all the time?
Let me do this. Don't make the rookie mistake of thinking because you get married, you're gonna have all the sex in the world. It's not gonna happen, bro. You and I mean again, and I say this just to anybody out there, you'll probably have more sex when y'all dating than when y'all get married. I don't know what it is. It just happens like that. What I will also say is when y'all get a little person. Let's just say your trips to Disney World have to be so planned, so calculated, so in cycle with the phases of the moon.
Why are you calling it Disney World? Is that what we're calling sex now?
That's what I'm calling it.
A trip to Disney World?
When you got kids, it's a trip to Disney World.
Why are we calling sex a trip to Disney World? I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that.
Disney appreciates it.
Well, you know, I don't care for Disney, so I'm alright. Disney. I said I didn't say I don't like Disney. I said I don't care for it. It's two different things. You don't like it. Nah, dog. Don't try to create beef between me and Disney. I will remain impartial.
The next question.
All right, so we'll end on this big one tonight, which is.
That's what we'll end.
No. We'll end on this one that I'm about to ask.
I'm out here like a listener. Like,
I know.
That's what they'll
I
end?
know. He's like, wait, you can't stop it there. The last one we'll touch on tonight is limits, right? Do you have certain things that you will not do in the bedroom? Regardless of what it is. Oh, we still in the bedroom. Okay, oh yeah, this is like. Are you like, okay, don't touch my butt, don't do this, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Don't touch my feet. I don't know, whatever it is, that is your limit. Like whatever it is, I don't care.
Don't lick my ear.
You know what I'm saying? Or like, don't do certain motions. Don't wear
pink hair.
Like some people have. Like just certain limitations. Like I will not do this. I don't care, you know, whether Jesus is coming home or not. I just, it's not my thing. And so discuss that, because you don't want to be surprised when y'all are getting into it, and you don't want people jamming things into places that you don't want things jammed into, and you don't want to be jamming things into places that, you know, should not be jamming. Or you don't want to be asked to jam things into places that you're like, nah, I don't want my thing being jammed into there. You know what I'm saying? You get the point. The point is, have a conversation about, hey, what's your limit? Like, what is it?
What are you comfortable with?
Honestly, yeah, no, but I think not just what are you comfortable with, but like, because you can talk about what you're comfortable with all day, and the person you're talking to can think, oh, because they're comfortable with X, Y, and Z, they must also be comfortable with U and V, and you're like, no, U and V off limit. You know what I'm saying? So talk about what you're comfortable with, what you prefer, and what's off limit. This is about the limit, B. Set your limit. If it may change down the line, right? But don't go in thinking, oh yeah, they say that now, but it will change. No, don't have that expectation either. If somebody tells you, I will not do this, come May, take them for their word. That's all I'm saying. Anything to add? Take them for their
word. No, I mean that's serious, y'all. Because I mean, again, you don't want to run into any type of, let's just say,
on one day,
allegations, he said, she said, whatever, all that, you know what I'm saying? Because we ain't even trying to.
Because that type of thing can happen in intimate relationships too.
It can, and it does, unfortunately.
Often, yeah.
But no, for real. I mean, I can't do anything but echo, you know, what, you know, Senna has said. You know, just have that conversation, you know, because it's all, I mean, again, we all the same height in the bed, y'all. We all like different things. And I may even say, you know, for those who are a mature couple, it's going to pick up. Ask yourself, what did you do with your other partners? You know what I mean? Like, seriously. Like, ask, because, like, y'all, I think, unfortunately, especially in our community to some extent, we put so much taboo, so much woogie boogie on sex, right?
Woogie boogie. Yeah, that's woogie boogie. Black folks. That's all I would say on this Thanksgiving is black
we
folks.
put so much woogie boogie on it for real, but it's like everybody had to do it to get here. Why are you chewing on this?
Oh, that's a thing. Yeah, no, that's the funny thing is that you're absolutely right. We do pull a lot of woogie boogie on this. Especially our parents' generation. I think with our generation, things are more in the open and we are more willing and ready to talk about what we do behind closed doors. But especially our parents' generation or older, it really was like that thing that you don't talk about. But it's like you are over here popping our kids left and right. But then we want to ignore what everybody has to do to bring them kids here, especially in those days where the alternative ways of bringing a child into the world were not as readily available, so to speak, or as much of an option. But yeah, so, have that conversation. Really, I mean, talk about it because it's not, at this point, it shouldn't be a sticky situation because you're talking about an intimate, romantic relationship.
Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
If you 20-something up, right? And y'all talking about being serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all talking about, kids and all that other stuff. Like, y'all need to have that conversation, man.
Yeah,
like, y'all need to talk and be like, hey, this is, again, and like I said, be like, this is what turned me on in the last relationship, right? And I really like this. Not trying to compare you to her. Not trying to compare you to him. But this is what gets me there. Now, understand, I will say this, depending on the environment, depending on what's going on, you may not be always able to do that thing.
Right. And I think that's where I would say not necessarily, this is what happened in the last relationship or anything, but from my past experience, this is what I've found works for me. And then you take it from there, right? Your person they know that you got that generally from your time with other people or your time with yourself. However, you came to that conclusion about how you like to be satisfied. The fact is you communicate that information.
And I would say this, y'all, for real, because like we said, there's a lot of taboo and boogie boogie from our parents' generation. And even, again, we pass down the traits from our parents to us, right? Don't, especially for the fellas, right? And some ladies maybe. But don't be ashamed. Don't be insecure if they're like, yo, this person really did this. And it hurts when you hear it. Believe me, it hurts when you hear it. Because especially if you've been cooking. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you've been cooking in the bedroom. And I mean cooking in terms of, like, nobody has come back and gave you complaints. And then the person that you're with is like, ooh, you not doing what I was supposed to. What? I am with the Orishas on this, okay?
Take it with humility and understand that all them people, whatever they like, whatever they did not like, it does not matter. It matters that this person does not like this and likes that, and you just have to adjust.
And I think, and this is why I know I said it jokingly, but I am a proponent of frequent sex because just like anything else,
you and every other guy.
No, and some women.
Yes.
But no, the reason I'm a proponent of it seriously is because the more you do something, the better you become at it.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Facts.
Especially when you're talking about bringing two chemistry together and figuring out your chemistry. Then you won't be able, you can talk about it all day, but you really won't be able to get to the rhythm of comfort and okay, we're both happy with when we are done. If you don't do it more often, right? You are unlikely to come off the back the first couple times, just be like, boom, boom, did it. It was the best one. It can happen, but definitely, even if that happens, its expectation is that it will potentially get better over time.
No, I would say this when it comes to sex, and I know this is the whole topic, and it's great. It needs to have this conversation. Don't.
Come on in.
Don't be upset if you have some bad seasons. You know what I'm saying? If you play some bad games, and I would even joke about it, right? And maybe that's something me and Cinna can do, because I think it'd be hilarious how the post-sex game interview be like, you know how they do the athletes be like,
that's a great idea.
I mean, I think that's the thing you have to do, especially with your partner, somebody you're intimate with. Make sex fun, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, be like, yo, if you have a bad game, be like, look, bro, I mean, I thought I was doing it right. You know, I was marching down the field because it's football. And change it up, whatever sports season it is, whatever part of the world you're in, because I know not everybody's in America who listens. But be like, hey, yo, man, I had a bad game. You know, I thought coach was telling me to run this play, but, you know, I decided to pull an audible, and it just really didn't go the way we wanted to go. You know what I mean? Because the more we talk about this, and it is Thanksgiving, y'all, so we do got to hit and run and talk to people, everything like this. It becomes more comfortable. So what I would love to do, and I'm sure Senna will be down, is have a part 2 about this topic alone. Because as we said in some previous episodes, some of these topics can go and be all day, 2 days, 3 days, a week, just talking about it. You know what I mean? And I think this is one of those topics that just you end up falling in love with. For real. You fall in love with it because you talked about it. And you say, yo, that's deep as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You deep as hell.
You deep as hell. Y'all grown enough to know what we mean. All right, we out of here. Love Care Boulevard. Okay. Love Care, Healthcare Boulevard, LIB questions. It's the love season. We out of here. Peace.